What's up guys, SMPLSCK here, back with another video. If you couldn't tell from the title, this is a pretty different video. I've been mentioning that I wanted to, dabble into some MMA content on this channel for a while now. And now that I got UFC 4, the most up-to-date UFC game or MMA game in general, I figured we'd do a little fight simulation. I do like to mention that this is the second of the 3 fights that I simulated. And I'm gonna say right now that Conor McGregor won 2 out of the 3, with Dustin winning the first one and then Conor McGregor winning the last 2. But clips will be shown of Dustin Poirier winning the first one by head kick, and then Conor McGregor subsequently destroys him with boxing combinations. But all around, good fight. For this video, I chose the best one out of the 3 fights, which was the one that was really back and forth. I even put realistic time. I put it at UFC Apex as well, and I put a 5-round fight, non-title fight. So everything was good, except obviously it's not in Abu Dhabi and all that stuff. But Apex is the same environment, barely any people there. What I want to go through is basically obviously the fight simulation in itself, and then a breakdown of the fight itself, because let's be real, all the other fights are good and all, but this one's the one. And I'm just gonna go straight at it and say that, in my opinion, I think Conor McGregor takes it again. For those of you who don't know, this is a rematch. I mean, I'm pretty sure you've seen it in the promos and all that stuff, but I think Conor McGregor is just too good of a counter puncher, and his timing is just good. And in terms of the training footage that I've seen of Conor McGregor, the footage that's been released, it seems like his training camp has been really concentrated on boxing. And we all know Dustin Poirier is a boxer. That's most of his finishes. He's not getting head kicks or all that stuff. He's not even landing head kicks. I don't even think he throws too many head kicks. Maybe leg kicks, body kicks, but all around he's mainly a boxer, a switch hitter. And I feel like that is just easy pickings for Conor McGregor. He's saying he's gonna end the night in under 60 seconds. He's gonna top his last time. And this is different. Obviously it's 6 years removed from the rematch itself, so they're different fighters. Conor McGregor last fought in January, so it's about almost a year since he's last fought. I think Dustin Poirier is coming off a war with Dan Hooker. I don't know when it was, but it definitely was not too long ago, maybe 4 or 5 months ago. It's definitely not too long, and especially a war like that, sometimes that changes a person, changes a fighter, so we don't know how he's gonna come back from that. And McGregor, basically has been unscathed, other than the Nate Diaz fight or the Khabib fight. Basically, just elusive and didn't take too many shots. So it's interesting to see, but I see Conor McGregor doing a pull counter on Dustin Poirier. And what I mentioned earlier about Dustin Poirier being the switch hitter, switch hitters are very, very vulnerable as they're switching. And for those of you who don't know what switch hitters are, he basically throws combos, and in those combos he'll switch from southpaw to orthodox, or orthodox to southpaw, to open up new angles and combinations, and basically cover ground as well. He does it in all of his fights, and it's a very aggressive come forward style, but it works for him. It worked for him against Max Holloway. He just pressured the fuck out of him. And Dustin Poirier, he hits like a brick. It's not like he was completely wiped out on the rematch. He did hit Conor McGregor a few times. I think he hit him with an uppercut, but like I said, they're different fighters now. It's gonna be something special. I think Conor McGregor is one of those fighters that he sets up his kicks with his boxing. But like I said, he's in a very boxing orientated training camp, or at least that's what he wants people to see. But overall, it's just an exciting time to be an MMA fan. We've been itching. I'm gonna release this on Wednesday, and I believe there is a fight tonight, or on the night that I release this on Wednesday, or not. It's not at night. It's actually, it's actually at 3 a.m. or something. The main card starts. So if you guys are interested, I believe it's the Michael Chiesa and Michael Chiesa and someone, but it should be a good fight. But like I said, my attention is on the McGregor and Dustin Poirier fight. And like I said, I think McGregor's gonna win. He's confident. He's one of those guys that has a plan A to all the way Z. He visualizes every type of thing. Like, you can just take a look at his demolition of Donald Cerrone. Honestly, it was just so crazy. He predicted him ducking under the left, and he was probably changing all that stuff. Like, everything he did to Donald Cerrone, I think he pretty much imagined in his head. And that's what's dangerous about Conor McGregor. He's probably the most well-prepared fighter in the UFC. Like, you can just see by the type of trainers he gets, the dietitians or the nutritionists or whatever the fuck, all the people, like the moving guy, you know, the touch butt guy. It's crazy what he's investing in his training camp. Like, I feel like a lot of fighters should, you know, all these innovative new, like, calisthenic moves or whatever the fuck they're doing nowadays. You know, it's just, I feel like it's beneficial because there's no wrong answer, especially when the sport is just as new as ours. You know, 30 years for a sport is still pretty fucking new. And yeah, like I said, a sport that's as new as ours, like, you don't know what's wrong or what works. You know what I'm saying? It's trial and error. And like I said, as a sport evolving this fast, you know, Conor McGregor is definitely up to speed, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? On to Dustin Poirier now. So I think Dustin Poirier is a fantastic boxer. He's definitely great. Like, being a switch hitter is fucking, like, it takes skill to be, you know, like, to be good in orthodox and southpaw, and to switch mid combination just to get a better angle on someone. Like, that takes a lot of skill, and it's probably something that he doesn't even think about. You know, he just does, which makes it even more dangerous. And, you know, it's been showing a lot more in his fights, you know, how he would create angles by switching stances during, you know, he'd throw a left straight, come out with a right overhand, you know, it's like creative shit like that. It's just something to behold. And I feel like maybe with his creativeness of switching, you know, like I said, there is a danger of switch hitting against a fucking savvy counter striker like McGregor, because while you're mid switching, you're very vulnerable. Your feet is in a compromised position, and you could get dropped regardless if the punch, like, fucked you up or not. Like, it could basically knock you off balance as well. So that's something to be careful. But I feel like if he plays his cards right, you know, maybe, you know, be more, I would say, pick your shots. You know what I'm saying? Don't be as aggressive as he is normally, like he was with Holloway, you know, because, you know, Holloway is not the counter striker McGregor is, you know. And I feel like if he just goes at McGregor like that, it's just gonna be easy night for McGregor. I do feel like Dustin's right hand is gonna play a major factor if he does get a victory. I feel like the lead hook can play a factor, you know, because as far as like southpaws and against orthodox, the left straight is always the money, the right straight is always the money against each other. But it's also the lead hook that no one expects, you know. And also, Conor McGregor got caught by a right hand, but that was from Khabib, and he does threat with a head dip to fake a takedown, but he got him with the overhand. So I do see that, but I do feel like his right hand, his lead hook, can play a big factor. If you guys have been watching the countdown, Dustin Poirier's coach says, just like the Nate Diaz fight, McGregor does not like to get pressure. And if there's a term called smart pressuring or whatever, I feel like that's the smartest move. Like, pick your shots, pressure when it counts, and maybe throw some leg kicks in here every now and then, you know, because Conor McGregor stands in a very karate-like stance, and his stance is just wide. It's very hard to check kicks like that. So, like, I feel like if you mix in with your kicks, like, I feel like I said, how McGregor is a boxer that uses his hands to mix in with his kicks, I feel like Dustin should be the opposite, where he would, you know, feint, throw leg kicks, and then go for, you know, the boxing combinations he loves and is so good at, you know. That has got to be it for my prediction on this fight. I think Conor McGregor takes it in the first round, but I do hope that it is a war. You know, they both hope that it's a war. You know, even though they said they're gonna knock each other out, they hope that, you know, there might be a war too. So like, I'm hoping it's a dope ass war and we just enjoy both of them and what they bring to the table. But other than that, I'm gonna end it here and just have you enjoy the rest of the video, guys.